And welcome everybody to the Goat Locker Racing Network. We're here with Magic Manzo's ARCA series, brought to you by Flexible Freight Solutions, with an interesting, I'm going to call it, title for the race here tonight. It's the Cardinal Griff 100 from Kentucky Speedway, and a little backstory to what the name of the race is. Well, well, Matt Geis, the owner and founder of the original Rebels Racing League, and I don't know the entire backstory, but they call him the Pope. Well, the Pope has decided he's going to start ordaining cardinals, and Griff was the first one. So this evening we have the Cardinal Griff 100, Jamie.
All right. Yeah. I guess that's one way to do it. So I know the 12 car has got Matt Geis on the hood and his Pope gown. So we'll definitely get an opportunity to show that off tonight. But looking forward to this 67 laps here at Kentucky. It should be a good race. Practice laps. Everybody looks like we got some fast cars out there. So we can't wait to see them get going.
Yeah, Kentucky's a fun track, and we were talking about that a little bit pre-race, and I enjoy it, and I know you do as well. Especially the night races here. It's I think it's pretty well known. I'm not a big fan of mile and a half tracks, but Kentucky is one of them that I always have enjoyed running at. Turns one and two, it doesn't have quite the banking as some of the other mile and a halves. So it takes a lot of throttle control, especially through 3 and 4. And we're going to see some guys running some different lines. We're going to see some guys really get loose off of 4. And I think that's going to be the trouble spot for tonight's race, Jamie.
Yeah, it definitely could be. Hopefully, they'll give each other some room and let these tires come in. And if they do that, we should see a lot of green flag racing.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And as we get ready for the starting lineup here this evening, cars are going to start taking the grid here, a little bit different here, as the cars are going to line up on pit road. But Josh Thompson is going to be our pole winner here this evening from Avengers Motorsports with a lap time of 30.840 and that number 3 machine. Charles Stevens Jr., our guy for Big Fish Motorsports, and that number 88 is going to take the outside pole here this evening. So congratulations to both those guys. Starting third is going to be Andrew Kurtz in the number 8. To his outside is Eric Burkhalter in the number 71 from Dirt Affliction. Starting fifth is going to be Alan Wernicke in that number 72. To his outside, Travis Beaver in that 114 from BKM Racing. Starting seventh, our favorite crown-eating Marine, the number 75 of Chuck Phelps. He'll get that joke. Starting eighth is going to be Matt Kleeman in the number 19 from Pale Horse Racing. Starting ninth, Justin Hendry in the number 85 from Sega Keith Motorsports. To his outside, Mickey Isaac in that 01. Starting 11th is going to be Todd Schott from Dirt Affliction in that 426. Starting 12th is Josh the Jet Oswald in that 17 car from Full Send Racing. And then starting 15th, as I move the grid here, is going to be William, the newly ordained Cardinal Griffith, and then number 12 from Reaper Racing.
Somehow we skipped over 13 and 14. 13 is number 99 of Brandon Wallace. Starting 14th, number 23 of Aaron Adcock. Starting 16th, number 6, our buddy Tyler Rice. Starting 17th, number 43 of Kai Shappert. Starting 18th, number 33, Butch Taylor. Starting 19th, number 1, Ryan Pendleton. Starting 20th, number 48, Jason Lottridge. Starting 21st, number 69, Spencer Gay. Starting 22nd, the 04, Brandon Pollock. Starting 23rd, and number 11, James Goodwin. Starting 24th, number 10, our man Davy Jones. Starting 25th, number 44, Phil Hitman Manzo. Starting 26th, number 55, Charlie Gates. Starting 27th, and 111 of Gene Watkinson. Starting 28th, number 77 of Magic Mike Aribe. Starting 29th, number 52, Adam Lang. And round out the field tonight, starting 30th, and number 35, Kyle Roberts.
Yeah, we saw a lot there in practice. We saw some of the guys really lay down some great laps in practice, and a couple guys struggled during qualifying. So we're going to have to see. There's some fast cars at the back of the field, JB, and we're going to see how they come up through the field.
Yeah, Adam Lang, he was at the top of the leaderboard in practice sessions, but he had some issues on his qualifying lap that's put him to the back. So he's definitely one we'll have to keep our eye on. Yeah, we got some sharp-looking cars in this field. We typically do in the ARCA series is pace cars off.
We're getting ready to get underway here in the Cardinal Griff 100. 67 laps here tonight from Kentucky Speedway. Should be a great night race here tonight on a Friday night. And green flag is out, and we are underway. And Josh Thompson takes off. Charles Stevens Jr. actually gets a really good start to the outside there. And we're going to see a few different lines as we go down through 1 and 2 here.
Andrew Kurtz doesn't waste any time diving to the bottom to get to the inside of Charles Stevens. Andrew Kurtz running that nice looking Dale Jr. paint scheme, the All-Star game. That's that car that he drove the wheels off of to win the Pepsi 400.
Yeah, good looking paint scheme there, and we see Charles Stevens Jr. here on the outside. Got that 88 powered up and makes his move to the outside. And so he finds himself in second place and sets his eyes on Josh Thompson and the number 3 car.
Right now, the top 3 have kind of broken away. A little bit, they've gapped a little bit on Alan Warnecki, but he's still hanging in there. These 3 guys definitely getting around here pretty good as Charles Stevens moves to the inside to try to get that 88 to the lead.
Looks like the 3 car washed up a little bit there in 3 and 4, and Charles Stevens was able to get down to the inside. The 3 car is able to get a great run off of 4. Clears him. Still has the lead right now.
Good start for these guys tonight. 3 laps in, everybody's gotten through clean. Got some side-by-side racing through the field, but for the most part, the field is kind of spread out a little bit.
We'll go back and take a look at the back of the field here a little bit. We're looking at Chuck Phelps, number 75 machine, who's in 6th place right now. Most of the field has kind of got themselves sorted out. Single file here. We'll go back and take a look at Brandon Wallace as well.
Charles Stevens got into the wall a little bit. Andrew Kurtz had to take some evasive action, but right now Charles Stevens continues to hold on to that 2nd place.
As we go look now, there's Alan Warnecki here, and a little bit of that all-star, almost IROC type paint scheme with the numbers pushed back a little bit there. Working his way up to the field on the high side. Tries to get to the outside of the 8 car, but isn't quite able to hold the line there. So falls back into 4th place. Now we're seeing Chuck Phelps try to move himself up into the 5th position as he's underneath the 71 right now.
Good start for Chuck.
Continues to move up.
Yeah, Chuck's been putting together some good runs. I'm telling you, it's not going to be long, and we're going to be talking to him after winning a race.
I can't wait.
I can't either.
I so enjoy running with him. He is one of the he's just a lot of fun to run with. And I would love nothing more than to interview him after he is, one, gets his first podium finish, but 2, he's going to win this.
Yeah, for sure. And I tell you, he better be prepared, because, you know, he gave us that excuse when we pulled him up one time, and we surprised him, and he told us he wasn't prepared. So, I don't know, Chuck. You always need to be prepared to talk to us. So, if you win a race, don't come up here talking about how you can't feel your hands.
Shout out to the Landfordation there. For those of you that didn't get the reference, a lot of drivers in a lot of different series. We've had an absolute blast following some of these guys, not only the ARCA series, but Street Stock series, which is getting ready to, here in a couple weeks, switch over to Legends, which, oh man, Jamie, I am so looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too. I wish we could run in it.
Yeah, I keep telling Magic Mike, you know, I have no issues in the world going out and taking my I rating so I can run some legends. But as we continue to watch here, the field stays pretty much single file at this point in time. Charles Stevens Jr. has really got a run on the 3-car this time around. Dives down to the inside, going into 3 and 4. We're going to see if he's able to clear him a little bit as he starts to. He tried to pull the slide job there, couldn't quite pull it off. It is going to be a drag race going down into 1 and 2.
He's definitely he's definitely gotten to the inside there, but Josh Thompson continues to use the outside and kind of pulls away from him a little bit, keeps Charles Stevens from getting that run to take over the lead.
Charles Stevens Jr. is definitely better than 1 and 2. Gets a fantastic run coming out of 2. We're going to see he is going to be able to complete the slide job this time. Pulls up in front of the number 3, and we've got a new leader here this evening, the 88 car. Come on, don't make. Oh, he's going to get beat to the line. He made a liar out of it, Jamie.
He did. Josh Thompson crossed over and used that inside. After he used the outside so well, he used the inside to beat Charles Stevens back to the line.
Golly, I thought we had a new leader, but this is drawing some of these other guys in. Andrew Kurtz, the number 8 machine, is able to pull up here a little bit as well. So Charles Stevens Jr. is going to get that car back underneath him and give it another go here. Just an outstanding racing to start this night here at Kentucky Speedway and these ARCA cars.
Yeah. Josh Thompson, I mean, he's doing an outstanding job in that 3. I mean, he's kind of channeling Earnhardt there, making that impossible to pass. As Charles Stevens pulled back up, make another run at him.
Charles Stevens Jr. really kind of changed up his line there a little bit. Ran a little bit higher line to get a run down these straightaways. Now dives it down in 1 and 2, where he's been really strong all night long. So we're going to have to see how it goes in 3 and 4 as they race side by side one more time. He has got that 88 car tuned up.
He does, but Josh Thompson just gets that run. It looks like Thompson held on to it again. I thought maybe Charles Stevens got him that time, but Josh Thompson is just able to use that outside, and Charles Stevens can't complete it. And now Andrew Kurtz is pulled up right in the middle of all this. He's up to the bumper. Now he's going to dive down and go with
3-car washes up just a little bit there. And now the 8 car is going to stick a nose in there. The 88 is clear of the 3, and we're going to be 3 wide.
Yep, we're 3 wide, coming to the line. And Charles Stevens is going to lead that lap.
Oh, my goodness. There's some great racing going on up front here.
Yeah. Now Josh Thompson has fallen back to the clutches of Alan Warnecki in the 72. But for the time being, he holds on to that 3rd position.
Andrew Kurtz now takes control of this race. 88 still in chase in 2nd place. Man, with some great racing going on throughout the field.
Yeah, Charles Stevens is probably thinking, what do I have to do right now? I was just chasing the 3, trying to get around him. Went to make my move and ended up working out for the 8 car. Now I got to chase him, try to figure out how to get around this guy. So, man, hard racing, but Charles Stevens continues to just run in 2nd place.
Takes a little bit higher line there, coming through 3 and 4. But now Andrew Kurtz is starting to kind of gap the field here a little bit. He's almost out to a half a second lead. So we're going to see if Charles Stevens Jr. there kind of used up his equipment with that battle up front. He can make a run at the 8.
Here comes Peg Leg. He's now closed in onto the back of the 72. He's looking around to get his way around Alan Warnecki. Get into the top 4.
We got some tough racing back here for 5th position. We've got about 4 cars that are just real close together at this point in time. The 85 car of Justin Hendry. Travis Beaver is working his way up on this battle as well. Chuck Beglich Phelps continues to try to move that 75 car up front. Now we see Alan Ricky work underneath that 3 car. So, even Josh Thompson has used up his equipment at this point in time as he continues to fall back to the field.
He kind of just cuts down across the nose of Chuck Phelps. Luckily, Chuck gave him a little room there. That would have collected a bunch of cars had they made contact there, because the rest of the field is close behind them.
We come up on our completing lap number 20 of our scheduled 67 here this evening. And the Cardinal Griff 100. This is the Magic Manzo's ARCA series brought to you by Flexible Freight Solutions. Been a lot of great racing thus far here at Kentucky Speedway. A lot of side-by-side racing, all green flag laps thus far. As now we see Charles Beglich Phelps work his way underneath that 3 car, and Josh Thompson continues to fall back into the field.
Chuck's gonna clear him off of 4. Chuck's gonna move up into the 4th position.
Go get him, Chuck. We'll head back up front here as that lead has kind of been about a half a second. Charles Stevens Jr. makes up time in 1 and 2, loses a little through 3 and 4. So our 2 leaders are matching lap times right now. Take a look at their lap times as they come across this turn by.
Andrew Kurtz has got out to the biggest lead we've seen so far. He's out to a half second over Charles Stevens.
Charles Stevens losing a little bit of time over the past 3 laps here. And Alan Wernicke is starting to work his way up a little bit. So we'll continue to kind of watch up front here as laps continue to wind down. Coming up on 23 laps completed with schedule 67 here tonight. Been a lot of great racing through the field all night long. As that 8 car of Alan Kurtz continues to lead. Charles Stevens Jr., who has been, he's been our 2nd place car almost all night long, but running one hell of a race.
Yeah, he started 2nd, he runs 2nd. Definitely consistent. He's been racy tonight. Been trying to get that 88 to the lead, and he did lead a lap. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to stay there.
I tell you, Jamie, you better watch out for Chuck Beglich here, as he's running lap times close to our leaders right now.
I'm watching that. I think he actually gained a little bit on the leader the last lap. He was 1.3, now he's 1.289.
He ran a 10th faster than our leader. That lap right there. As he draws the lead on Alan Wernicke for 3rd place and Charles Stevens Jr. for 2nd. Chuck Phelps right now is the fastest car on the track.
Looks like he gave a little bit of time back, but he's tracking down Alan Wernicke for sure.
Come on, Beglich. Let's do it.
And I mean, he's faster than Charles Stevens also, so he may be off a little bit from the leader, but I got a feeling we're going to see Charles Phelps moving into 2nd place before this is all said and done.
That lap right there, almost identical time to the leader. So he is definitely one of the fastest cars on the track right now, as he continues to move his way up through the field. We'll take a look back at one of the biggest moves of the race right now, which is Aaron Adcock in the number 23 car. He has moved his way up to 7th position, up 7 positions from where he started. So continuing to have a great race here in that number 23. He's got a Red Bull scheme this week. Good looking car though.
Yeah. Well, that's another big mover. Again, we said we need to keep our eye on him. Is Adam Lang in the 52. He's up to the 16th, start 29th. He's up to the 16th position. So he is making his way to the front.
Up 13 positions right now. He laid down a lot of fast laps in practice. Just unfortunate qualifying effort. He ended up wrecking his car in qualifying, so had to start all the way in the back. And he continues to work his way up through the field here without a caution. He's not going to be able to. Well, we're going to have to see, from pit strategy and fuel strategy.
Still got pit stops to get through. And as you know, a lot of time can be made up and lost on those green flag stops, assuming we get to those. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here. I mean, everything has been clean to this point. Great job by everybody. But, as we saw earlier tonight, cautions can come out of nowhere, and then you can have a bunch of them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're coming up on 30 laps completed. We're scheduled 67 here this evening. Charles Begleg-Phelps continues to work his way up the field. He has gotten to the rear bumper of the 72 car of Alan Konecki. Charles Stevens Jr. not too far in front of him. And Andrew Kurtz continues to lead here this evening as he has pulled out to almost a 9/10 of a second lead over second place right now. So he continues to pull away from the field.
Yeah, Andrew has done an outstanding job since getting that 8 car up to the lead. He was very patient in the early going, picked his opportunity to take his shot to get up there, and it worked out for him, and he hasn't looked back.
I tell you, Jamie, I don't think anything would make me happier this evening if we could interview Charles Stevens Jr. and Chuck Begleg-Phelps with podium finishes here tonight.
Absolutely.
Both of them are making great runs this season, so hopefully that continues to happen. Love nothing better to see both of those guys finish on the podium here tonight.
They got a shot at it, but Alan Warnecki, Aaron Adcock, those guys are going to have something to say about it before it's all said and done. So we'll see, because Aaron Adcock has now gotten that car up to 5th place.
Yeah, he's up 9 spots now and continues to make up ground as he's now pulling up into this battle for second place. It is going to quickly become a 4-car battle. Now Aaron Adcock is the fastest car on the racetrack right now. So he's definitely saved something here for the long run. But depending on fuel and tire strategy here, I mean, we're definitely at the halfway point of this race. So we're going to have to see when green flag stops are going to start to happen here as we are now at that halfway point. And I know that these guys are going to have to stop here at some point.
Yeah, and now's the time to go. Chuck, if you're listening. Go now, Chuck.
Get your tires.
It does you no good to sit out here and run these laps and do what the leader's doing.
He continues.
Looks like he's wanting to get that thing in the top 3 on his own before he does that.
Yeah, he continues to power that number 75 car up, trying to get past the 72 right now of Alan Konecki. Puts a nose underneath him, dives it down into 3 and 4. 72 is going to be able to wind that car up coming off. And Aaron Adcock is our first one down pit road.
Yep.
So, and the 8 car is also on pit road. Our leader is on pit road, so these guys' pit strategy is starting to play out right now.
Yeah, Chuck, go to pit road this lap.
As we're going to start to see a lot of different strategies start to play out. As we've got some cars that have stayed out, but a lot of our leaders have brought it down to pit lane. So we'll see as this cycle of green flags pits starts to happen here.
Chuck is keeping that car down, and he is coming. Charles Stevens and Chuck Phelps bring their cars to pit road.
Looks like everybody gets down to pit road speed. So far, so good on the green flag stops here. We'll watch Charles Stevens Jr. as he makes his pit stop. And we're going to see how some of these guys start to cycle out here as we are now completed 36 laps of our scheduled 67. We're in the middle of green flag stops here tonight.
like everybody.
71 car goes through his pit just a little bit, has to back up there. And the jacks are down on the 75 and the 88. Both those cars get off pit road. 88 has a great stop there. We'll take a look here a little bit as once everything cycles out of the pit stop times and everything else. As 12, William Griff makes it down pit road. And again, we're seeing, well, I think those are chess pieces on the side of his car. I suppose it's like a bishop or something like that. I'm not sure what's going on. These guys in the Rebels leagues, I tell you, they come up with some of the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
This should cycle through our green flag stops here, and Andrew is going to take back control over this race. And Aaron Adcock right now is going to be our second place car. With Charles Stevens Jr. back to third. Andrew Kurtz right now is going to have over a 2-second lead on the field. So
wow, he got on and off pit road awful well then.
So a great pit stop for him and his team. As we take a look at the pit stops here. Andrew Kurtz, Aaron Adcock with a 15.5 second stop. Charles Stevens Jr. with a 14.4 second stop. One of the quickest times we saw on pit road, short of Adam Lang, who had a 13.9 second stop. Josh Thompson had a 10.8 second stop, so I'm assuming that was a two-tire stop there to try to gain some track position. So we have cycled through a round of green flag stops. Andrew Kurtz has taken back control of this race, and again has over a 2-second lead over Aaron Adcock right now.
Yeah, and Adam Lang has got that car up to 7th right now. He made up quite a bit of time through that pit stop.
Oh, the 111 car gets real loose there. He's able to save it, and we stay under green here.
Yeah, at this point, Andrew Kurtz, I'm sure, just wants this thing to run out. He doesn't want to see any cautions here tonight.
No, sir.
With the speed he's got, because there are some fast guys. Well, he gained some time back on Adam Lang on that lap, but let's keep an eye on that. See if Adam was going to make a push to try to get up front. But again, he's got a lot of time to make up without the benefit of any cautions right now. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah, as we've now coming up on 42 laps complete of our scheduled 67 here this evening, so 25 laps left to go in the Cardinal Griff 100. This is the Magic Manzo's ARCA series, brought to you by Flexible Freight Solutions, and we appreciate everybody that tunes in on the Goat Locker Racing Network, and glad to have you out here on a late Friday night watching the ARCA series, as they always have put on a great show. And this is, I tell you, Jamie, this has probably been one of the best races of the season thus far.
Yeah, and they've had some good ones, but I mean, this one, wow. I mean, that first half of that race, the action up front was, I mean, it was incredible. The fact that they didn't tear each other up and bring out a caution early on says a lot about the talent that's in this field.
Now, Charles Stevens Jr. and Travis Beaver are battling for that third place position. We'll continue to kind of watch this a little bit now as the 85 adjusted injury has brought his number, or has brought his car up into this battle as well. So we've got a 3-car battle here for third place.
Chuck Fout's isn't too far behind that, so I'm sure if they get the race for position, that's going to bring him right up there with them.
I know we talk about it probably almost every week, JD, but as a race fan, man, this has been a lot of fun to watch. You know, we might have some dead air every now and again because both of us are just watching the racing action that's going on, and as these ARCA guys wheeling their cars around Kentucky Speedway here tonight. just some outstanding racing going on right now.
Absolutely. I tell you why we've got this spread out. We'll knock out Mama Ellingson's short track showcase.
There we go.
We haven't done one in a couple weeks, but finally got some kind of action that we like to talk about for these kind of things. It's been kind of boring, just mundane racing stuff here lately, but leave it up to Beckley Motorsports Park in West Virginia. And tell you guys, go look for the video. So a fight broke out. It was really kind of weird. I guess the race was over. You see the video. There's a car that's down on the infield. A lot of people around it, drivers out of the car. And then 3 people kind of walk out across the track. Don't know who they are, who their involvement is. Couldn't really find out a whole lot of information other than seeing this video. But as they approach the car, one of them breaks off and kind of goes around the car the other way, the long way around the car. As he approaches, I guess the driver of that car that was in the infield, that's when the fight breaks out. And old boy got his butt whooped by a steering wheel.
Oh.
The driver of said car had his steering wheel in his hand, and he proceeded to pummel this guy with his steering wheel. So, gotta love it. You gotta love dirt track, short track racing. So, check it out. It's Beckley Motor Speedway Park. Just do a search for Beckley Motor Speedway Park fight, and you should be able to find the video pretty easy. It's pretty entertaining. Probably the most entertaining thing of that race that night. So, gotta love it. Mama Ellingson's short track showcase. Oh, well, before we close that out, we'll give a shout out to Jake Ellingson, who was running a truck tonight. Looks like it was a timed race. Didn't really, I guess there wasn't other people out on the track. It was just running and racing against the clock. Kind of had a little figure 8 thing going on. They started going one way, and then they looped back, come around the other way, and it was pretty interesting. And Jake ended up finishing 7th after posting his personal best time on his 3rd lap. So congratulations there, Jake. And if Pagan's racing this weekend, hopefully good runs are ahead for her. So that is our Mama Ellingson's short track showcase for this Magic Manzo's ARCA Series race.
I guess my biggest question is, how do you explain that on Monday? Like, what do you tell somebody that you got your butt whooped by a steering wheel?
Yeah, when you're facing.
I mean, how do you even show up to work and your buddies are standing around like, man, what happened to you? Well, there I was, and I got hit in the face with the steering wheel.
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, I don't know where these 3 people came from. Because they were in street clothes. It wasn't like they were in driving suits or anything. So I don't know if there was an altercation and, cars got together and maybe they were supporting a car that got wrecked. I don't know. It's just really odd that 3 people just walk out across the track and head towards an infield. And they were just walking. There was no like urgency. There was no running or anything like that. They were just like spectators just decided they were just going to the track. And man, I guess that guy that got out of his car wasn't going to have none of it.
No, well, as I tell, both my sons from time to time, if you ever get in a fight, this isn't like squaring off in the ring, and or any of those types of things. You fight to win. If somebody approaches my car after a race and I don't know who they are and they start talking, I guess I'd grab a steering wheel and start smacking them upside the head too. So good on the driver of that car, using what they had in hand to make sure that they handled their business. But I still hate to be the guy that got his butt whooped by a steering wheel.
Absolutely.
That's just not a cool story to tell.
That's right. And Pagan will be running at Jefferson Speedway tomorrow. Mama Ellingson just let me know.
Awesome. I can't tell you how much we enjoy that, being a part of that. that'll be something we'll be a part of well into the future as she continues to grow into her driving career. And it has been absolutely exciting to have Goat Locker Racing on the side of her Bandolero car and watching her do great things as she continues on. So, too much fun, man. Been way too much fun.
Yeah, and, you know, Mama Alex had surgery today on her hand, so we're wishing her to get through that as quickly as possible, and hopefully she's not gonna be hurting too bad. She says she's got a nerve block and some painkillers going on right now, but I would be surprised if she's actually at the track tomorrow. But if she is, maybe we'll get some video, and maybe she can get harassed again for cheering too loudly one more time, which I still don't understand that. I don't understand how you can get in trouble for cheering too loudly.
Well, some of the drivers might actually appreciate that, is she might not be able to give her true feelings to some other people with the middle finger or whatever. So, you know, but I'm glad to hear she's recovering well. It is, like I said, it has been way too much fun having the Ellingson family be a part of Goat Locker Racing. All the things that we're doing on and off track, both here in iRacing and actually literally on the track. So can't wait to see how Pagan does tomorrow, and congratulations to Jake tonight on his run and everything that he is doing. But back to the ARCA race at hand. We are coming up on 10 laps left to go, and Andrew Kurtz has now pulled that number 8 machine back out to a 2-second lead when it looked like Aaron Adcock was really closing up on him.
Yeah, Story kind of overrode that. Aaron Adcock definitely had made up some ground. It looks like he's now giving that back to Andrew Kurtz, who's now got that back out to a 2-second lead. He looks like he's just out for a nice Sunday drive right now.
I tell you that. I thought we were going to have a caution there, but Charles Stevens Jr. now has got that number 88 machine in third position, with Travis Beaver in the 114 right behind him. Alan Wardecki's got his number 72 machine in fifth position, and now we're seeing Chuck Phelps back there in sixth. Justin Hendry not too far behind him. Adam Lange, again, our biggest mover of the race, up 21 spots. He's now got his car up into the 8th position. Without any cautions or anything here this evening, and with 9 laps to go, it's just going to be too much ground to make up to really get up here and challenge for any type of win, as Andrew Kurtz continues to pull away from Aaron Adcock right now.
I'll tell you, one thing I am really impressed with, not just the fact that these guys have gone, caution-free this entire race so far for 60 laps. I don't want to jinx it, but I do want to bring this up. There are still 23 cars on this lead lap. So that's really impressive, considering Andrew Kurtz has been really dominating this race. But that many cars have managed to stay out ahead of him. Hats off to really everybody in this field. It's a job well done.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been an outstanding race, with 30 cars taking the lead to run here at Kentucky Speedway. And again, like you said, not to jinx anything, but we have been green the entire time here. And we've seen some great side-by-side racing, some great battles throughout the field. And these drivers have been able to keep everything straight and keep this thing going. Like you said, Jamie, my hat's off to the entire field here this evening as we come up on 6 laps left to go. Wow, what a great race here tonight in Kentucky.
Hey, if Aaron Adcock is not careful, he's going to give up second place to Charles Stevens here for too much longer, because he is really falling off. Guess he just drove that car a little too hard trying to make up the ground on the leader.
As we now have 5 laps left here to go. Chuck Phelps has moved himself up into the 4th position. He's gotten his way around Alan Wardecki. And we're going to see if he's going to be able to do anything to get up here into the top three. He's a good distance back from Charles Stevens Jr. right now, and Ellen Wernecki continues to kind of hound him a little bit. But what a great run here tonight for Chuck.
Absolutely. Got the car back up in 4th position.
See Ellen Wernecki kind of move underneath him times, so that battle is definitely not over, as we have 4 laps left here to go.
They just keep swapping it back and forth, don't they?
Yep. And we're going to see Chuck cut it down here and try to pull the crossover. Coming off of 2. We'll head back up front here as Andrew Kurtz now is just really pulled away. He's up to 3.3 seconds over the field right now with 3 laps to go.
Yeah, and I think he's actually dialed it back a little bit. He's still putting a gap on these guys. He knows he's got a big lead. He's got lap traffic here that he's got to deal with. I think he's just content to ride it out behind this 33 car.
Yeah, with that big of a lead right now, I mean, there's no reason to take any chances right now as we're coming up on 2 laps left here to go. We'll have to see how he deals with the 33 car here. Hopefully he gets up out of his way and he continues on. But he's up to, wow, I mean, 3.7 seconds at this point in time. Even dealing with lap traffic, he continues to hold up.
Yeah, heck of a run tonight for Andrew Kurtz. And speaking of heck of a run, we got Jake Ellingson in here with us. Fresh off his strong run tonight.
White flag is in the air. 1 lap left to go here in the Cardinal Griff 100. Brought to you by Flexible Freight Solutions. Been a great race here thus far. We're going to finish the entire race with no cautions here tonight. So what a phenomenal effort by all the drivers in the field as Andrew Kurtz continues to lead this race and continues to pull away. What a phenomenal race for him here tonight as we go through 3 and 4 one last time. The number 8 machine is going to bring home the victory here tonight in the Kentucky Motor Speedway.
A nice job, Andrew. Outstanding run.
And Aaron Adcott's going to finish second. Charles Stevens Jr. is going to round out our podium finishes here tonight. Congratulations to them. Ellen Wernecki finishing in 4th place. And rounding out our top 5 is going to be Chuck Begleg Phelps. Congratulations to him on a great top 5 finish here tonight. Our biggest mover of the race is going to be Adam Lange in that number 52 car. He came up 21 positions to move up into 8th here tonight. Great run for the entire field. What a hell of a race here tonight, Jamie.
Absolutely, and you know, I'm just going to thank everybody out here that was in this field tonight for the job they did. Can I be honest with you, full disclosure, after the Xfinity race tonight, I was not in the mood to come out here and watch a bunch of caution laps, so thank you guys for running this race clean and putting on a whale of a show. It was awesome racing, so thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I really appreciate these guys that put on a hell of a show here tonight. Man, we didn't get a chance to call a lot of guys' names here this evening as we spent a lot of time looking at these guys up front and all that. But, man, to all the drivers here this evening, phenomenal race.
You know, for the first half of the race, it was almost impossible to take your eyes off the front of the pack because the top 4 were racing each other so hard. You know, you figured something was bound to happen at any moment, but I mean, they raced each other hard and clean, put on a great show.
Yeah, I mean, and for these ARCA guys to come out here, you know, we didn't talk about a whole lot here tonight, but these ARCA cars are not easy to drive. You know, so for them to come out here tonight at Kentucky Motor Speedway, which could be very tricky, especially coming off 4, and to run this thing from the drop of the green flag all the way to the checker, I can't say enough about the show they put on here tonight. So let's go ahead and grab our winner here this evening, Andrew Kurtz, and have a chat with him. Hey, Andrew, it's Pat and Jamie up at the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, Pat? How you doing?
Brother, I am good. Not nearly as good as you. A very dominating win here this evening. Once you got that number 8 car up front, there was no looking back whatsoever, even through the cycle of green flag stops. So, kind of take me through your race here this evening and how you brought home the win.
Yeah. Well, thank you. First off, thanks for having me. Yeah, definitely. I never would have guessed Kentucky being track I'd win at, let alone the first win here in the league. It really only I laid down like 4 laps in practice, so I just knew this track would have a bunch of tire fall off. So I was really just trying to back up the corners a lot, and just really make sure I had speed on the long run. Hats off to everyone for such a clean race. No cautions. I think that really played in my favor there. So yeah, super fun tonight.
Andrew, yeah, it looked like it was a lot of fun. You guys, especially the first half of the race, it was kind of two different halves. The first half, there was, the top 4 you guys were just racing each other super hard, but keeping it clean. And then after those pit stops, you got out the gate there, a big lead, and never looked back. Was the car handling any different from the first half to the second half of the race?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say the first run, I definitely was not sure, what the car would feel like after a lot of laps. So I was probably pushing a little bit too hard. I mean, as you mentioned, we were running pretty hard there. I think I took it 3 wide for the lead there coming out of 4. But yeah, the second run with the gap coming out of the pits, I knew I could take it easy. Aaron was keeping me honest there. That second run, he was kind of catching me a little bit, but yeah, car was handling a little bit better. I didn't have to really trail brake at all getting into the turns that run. So yeah, a little bit different, but I love these ARCA cars. They're a lot of fun to drive.
All right, my man. Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. Outstanding job by you and the entire field. So hats off to everybody. Anybody you want to thank? Shout out, sponsors?
Yeah, no, I mean, big thanks to, first off, you guys, the league, and of course, our league sponsor, Flexible Freight Solutions. So, yeah, thanks to everyone for such a clean race.
Hey, man. Well, congratulations on a hell of a win here tonight, man. Get out there and celebrate. It's Friday. Man, great win here tonight, man, and hopefully we'll talk to you again here in the future.
Yeah, hope so. Thanks for having me. Thanks,
yeah,
guys.
brother. Awesome, man. Love it. Watch some of these guys come out here and win. Huge congratulations to him here tonight. So let's grab Aaron Adcock here and have a chat with our second place finisher. Hey, Aaron, it's Pat and Jamie up at the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Well, I mean, a hell of a race here tonight. It really looked like there for a little while, especially on the longer runs. You were the car to beat. But on that last run there, Andrew was able to kind of pull away. But congratulations on a great podium finish and a second place finish here tonight. So take me through your race here tonight and how you brought it home in second.
Well, the beginning there, that first run, first fuel run, I was able to keep myself calm and not overdrive the corners and hit my marks like I needed to. And it was a split second to go in the pit road, and when I saw Andrew start going down pit road, I said, "Well, I need to go, because if I stay out, it's not going to be good." And so I went in behind him, and I was behind him going down pit road. I couldn't catch him coming off of pit road, and it was one of those things. It just wasn't my night. I had 10% worse tire wear on that second fuel run, and I think it was because I could see his car getting a little closer, and I just pushed it too much and almost gave away second place, but was able to reel it back in and stay where I was. But it was a fun race tonight. I was kind of surprised it went green, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Aaron, man, congratulations on a strong run tonight. Definitely, we saw two different halves of this race. The first half, you guys were all racing each other really hard. We saw you make up a lot of ground. Started 14th, got up to second for making those pit stops. And then the second half of the race, you made a charge at Andrew, and then it didn't seem to work, and then you kind of fell back. Was the car handling differently from the first half to the second half of this race?
It felt like it was a little bit, but it could have just been me overdriving. I noticed that with about 7 laps to go, she was pushing like a dump truck in 3 and 4, and she didn't do that on the first one. So I'm assuming that's where that extra 10% of tire wear really was starting to bite me in the rear end. But yeah, I don't. It might just be in my head, but sometimes I think that that second set of tires or third set of tires don't run as good as that first set.
You were probably doing that Gordon soak on that first set, my man. But just messing with you. But yeah, Andrew, man, congratulations, Aaron. Sorry, congratulations on strong run tonight. Again, moved up 12 spots to finish in second. So you definitely showed your presence here tonight. So anybody you want to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yeah, Apex Sim Racing as always. Jimmy over there, he's a great guy, sells great equipment. Anybody looking for button boxes, and my family, my wife and little girl for letting me do this. I've been on vacation the last week, so this is the first night I've been able to race, and felt good to hit a podium. My mom and dad, I think they're watching, and all my grandparents. So glad y'all stayed up. Glad we made it a good run, and appreciate you guys in the booth. I know y'all were so close in that Xfinity race earlier tonight. I thought one of y'all was going to get it, but that darn Jonah Colbert, he's just something. But I appreciate y'all, taking the time out to broadcast this, and just look forward to Friday night every week.
Well, man, we appreciate it. We always have a lot of fun with it, and congratulations again, man. And we always have a good time talking with you. So get out there and celebrate that second place finish, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again here soon.
I hope so. I love Iowa, so let's get on to next week.
I love it, man. All right, brother.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Right, why is it got to bring up the Xfinity race, man?
Yeah.
That's for a different time. All right, let's grab our little buddy, Charles Stevens Jr., on a great podium finish here tonight. My man, what a great finish here tonight. Third place finish, Charles. Take me through your race and how you brought that number 88 home in third, brother.
Yeah, the race started out good. Outside pole. I think I led a lap or so. I struggled getting off of 3 and 4 tonight. But I smacked the wall through 3 and 4 one time, fell back a little bit, got back up to second, and after that green flag pit stop, I struggled a little bit, made my way back up and started finding my groove, saving tires as best as I could. I think I could have, if I had 5 more laps, I probably could have got second, but my tires were done at that point. So I'll take podium second week in a row. So good to talk to you guys again.
Yeah, Charles, man, you had a great run tonight, and you did lead a lap. You guys, I brought it up. You were fighting. I don't even remember who it was. Now, you were fighting Josh Thompson, trying to get around him. While you were trying to get him, Andrew Kurtz took advantage of that and was able to get around you. And then you had to try to fight your way around Andrew Kurtz again, and it just didn't work out. He put on the clinic the rest of the way. But what differences did you feel in the car from the first half to the second half of the race, handling wise?
I think I definitely saved the tire a little bit better in the second half. I think the first half I was just trying to get that lead, and then I think once I got the lead, I could have maybe saved a little bit more tire and lead like how Andrew did. But yeah, it was just a struggle all night. Fighting one person off, someone else got by me. So at that last run, I just tried to save as much tire and try to keep that podium going.
You did a heck of a job with it, my man. So congratulations again. Anybody you need to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yes. Start off with series sponsor, Flexible Freight Solutions, Magic Mike, Kenda Farm and Ranch. At least them cows got a little bit of break tonight from last week. Shappy Edits, Smear Racing Design, Peg Leg Belts, and my team at Big Fish Motorsports. Giving me the support, and my wife and son, and I forgot to mention it last week, but You guys at Goat Locker Racing for a hell of a broadcast, and I love watching your streams, man.
We appreciate you being in the streams and supporting us, man. You're one of the ones that's always in there, so we appreciate you.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Well, always a blast talking to you. And again, I'll echo what Jamie says, man. We enjoy watching you race. We enjoy being a part of it. And great to always talk to you when you get that podium finish. So congratulations on a podium finish here tonight, brother. And looking forward to racing with you more and talking with you more.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
All right. Take care, brother.
All right, you too, man. See ya.
All right. Well, while we were doing interviews, I want to give a shout out. We picked up a new follower from Bama Titan 251, so we definitely appreciate that. But didn't want to shout out go unfulfilled, but wasn't going to interrupt the interviews to do that. So hope you understand. Again, we appreciate the follow.
Yeah, for everybody that tunes in on the Goat Locker Racing Network, I mean, we truly do appreciate it. And from everybody that tunes into the broadcast, and Charles Stevens Jr. always shows up to all the broadcasts. Mama Ellingson and the Ellingson family, we do truly appreciate it. Brandon Wallace, even though you're Brandon Wallace, we do appreciate you as well. But man, Jamie, from the drop of the green flag to checkered flag, no cautions, Kentucky Motor Speedway, ARCA cars, what a hell of a race.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those that maybe tuned in late and maybe only caught the second half of this, you need to go back and rewatch this race, because you would think that with it going caution free, that there wasn't a whole lot of racing going on. That is the furthest from the truth. Those guys were getting after it until it just did get spread out. But Andrew Kurtz, Charles Stevens, Josh Thompson, man, Josh Thompson was driving the wheels off that 3 car, and that might be what kind of hurt him as he dropped back to 12th place. He might have drove it just a little too hard at the beginning, but I mean, that dude was like impossible to pass. And then they just finally wore him down, I guess. But I mean, tremendous racing up front tonight. That the end results maybe didn't really reflect that as much. So definitely a great job by everybody. 20 cars on the lead lap. It was just awesome to see.
Yeah, man. I mean, just a phenomenal race to watch. And again, some people might think, oh, it went green the entire way. There was no action. Like you said, Jamie, there was tons of action all night long. We watched guys come up through the field, fall back through the field, battle for the lead, battle for top fives. I want to give a huge shout out to Chuck Phelps and that 75 machine for finishing in 5th position. Battled up front all night long. I cannot wait to interview that guy when he gets up on the podium and gets that first win underneath his belt. But some other cars we weren't able to really kind of talk about. Todd Shott in that 426 finishes in 7th position. Didn't get a chance to call his number all night long. Josh the Jet Oswald in this number 17, finishing in 9th. Rounding out our top 10 is Eric Burkhalter in the number 71 machine. The Cardinal, the recently ordained Cardinal, William Griffin, the number 12, finishing in 13th position. Brandon Wallace, as we talked about just briefly earlier, finishing in 17th position in the number 99. And as we look back through the rest of the field here, again, like you said, Jamie, 20 cars finished on the lead lap, with Phil the Hitman Manzo finishing in 20th position. So a lot of great finishes throughout this. What a phenomenal race to finish off a Friday night. So as we close out here, we'll take a look at the schedule for the rest of the season here. We'll bring that up now, as we've now completed here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. So we're going to start moving into the second half of the season. As Aaron Adcock mentioned, he is looking forward to Iowa next week, and so am I. Iowa's one of my favorite racetracks as well, so that is a fun track, and it'll be another night race. So looking forward to that. But as we close out here on a Friday night, I do truly want to thank everybody that tunes into the Goat Locker Racing Network and our sponsors, Jam Printing and Promotions, Gill Insurance Advisors, G2G Trailers, Travis Lee Creative, who's up in Chicago this weekend, vacationing with his brand new wife and having a lot of fun up there, and all the veteran-owned businesses and everything that we get the opportunity to support. The Original Rebels League, Flexible Freight Solutions for supporting the ARCA series here tonight. Magic and his good buddy Hitman for putting this series on. We do truly appreciate it. Be sure to tune in Sunday night to the Rebels Truck Series, where me and Jamie will be behind the wheel of the truck at Kentucky Motor Speedway, looking to bring home a win here again. But for everybody that tunes in, we do truly appreciate it, and we will see you all Sunday night.